Alright. Well, today we're going to go through the driller overclocks. Like I said before, I tend to not play this class all too much, so I reached out to a friend of mine who is Master 3 with driller to help me out with the rankings. So hopefully these seem a little bit more reasonable, and yeah. So they're not coming from a place of, hey, I haven't used them all. I have used them all before making this video. And for the ones that I was unsure of, I got outside help. So we'll go through each one in a row. Fuel stream diffuser. I think that rate of fire on the flamethrower is pretty irrelevant. And this range is quite a large increase, surprisingly. Now, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5 because I think that the range is that impactful to where I think it deserves it, genuinely. Alright, sticky fuel. Alright. This one is very easily a 5 out of 5. Sticky flames are the best thing you can do with a flamethrower. The drawbacks here are pretty bad, but the increased damage and duration for sticky flames more than makes up for it. This is the best one for the flamethrower, and it's not even close, genuinely. So, yeah. As I do with all of these, most of them at least, the clean overclocks, this is a 3. I had originally ranked this a 4, but my outside source rated it a 3 because it is a very small boost. And while I would agree with that, yeah, I agree with that. So we'll keep it at a 3. Yeah, we'll keep it at a 3. Compact feed valves. Let me get the note. I put 2 out of 5, and my outside source agreed. It's pretty irrelevant, and the range is pretty bad. It's not terrible, but it's not special. It's not like it's gonna help you really in any way. The tank size, like I said, does not matter nearly as much as range does, so we'll give it 2. It's negative. Face melter. This one's 1. Genuinely, damage doesn't matter on a flamethrower, nor does flow rate. Movement is huge in here, and then Deep Rock Galactic movement is huge, and I said that the last one. It's huge. So having slower movement speed's pretty bad. Having less ammo as well is pretty bad, but just in general, the damage only being +2 is pretty bad. The flow rate doesn't really work too well with the reduced ammo as well. So lighter tanks, 3, more ammo, pretty good, pretty boring though. It's decent. Alright, onto the Cryo. Ice Storm. This is a 1. Genuinely. Damage is not the point of the Cryo Cannon. And when I put 1, my outside source agreed 100% with this. If you use this overclock, you will just be better off using the flamethrower. It is not. It's not made for what the the Cryo does. Less ammo is bad. Freezing power is terrible. You do not want less freezing power. Freezing power is spectacular. So, move on to Ice Spear. I had originally rated this one a 4, but my outside source is giving this a 5 because the only downside can be avoided by not depressurizing. So if you are not depressurizing, it's a 5. and you shouldn't be depressurizing in the long run. And the ice spear is huge, right? It is very good. Stunning doesn't really matter all too much, but the damage is huge. So I tend to agree with the 5. I think it's pretty reasonable. It's also pretty. It's very optional as well. So the cryo works the same even if you don't use the ice spear. So it's completely optional. You don't have to use it if you have it equipped. So snowball. It's a 1. It's a worse version of snowball of ice spear, and the flash cooling just doesn't work. It's not that great. So yeah. Improved thermal efficiency, 3 out of 5. More ammo, longer time to fire, decent, boring. That's it. This one's a 4 out of 5. It helps a lot more with freezing than you might think. The flow rate is a huge part of that. Couple that with the extra freezing power, it's very, very good. Freeze things faster, no strings attached. It's a very good descriptor for it. It's very good. Very good. I like it a lot. We'll go to then flow rate expansion. I think that this is just a worse version of Perfectly Tuned Cooler. I wouldn't use flow rate expansion over Perfectly Tuned Cooler. I know they seem very different, but yeah, I just don't think they're that great. Again, you want to be freezing things very quickly with the cryo, and then this is a support weapon, full stop. So it's not really meant for soloing things. You want to solo things though, use Ice Spear. You've got a damage weapon, and it's a very good one too. Don't use this. I give it a 2, because if you use it right, it's pretty decent. But it's the benefits don't outweigh the negatives there. Onto the secondaries. Sabata. This is where my expertise does not really work. Full auto. It's a 4. It's pretty good. Full auto is a pretty big plus, I think. I like full auto a lot. This is the one that I use. Yeah, homebrew powder. In my notes, I ranked it a 3. Because random is funny. If you like random and you don't mind it at all, it's fine. But I got a 1 from somebody who's Master 3, just because you could be using it something else. Yeah, yep. Yep, that's justified. So this is a 1. More damage on average, but it's a bit inconsistent. Yep, it's not that great. Tranquilizer rounds. To be consistent with the rest of my videos on the overclocks, stun doesn't really matter all too much. I don't think it does enough to warrant using. You'd be better off just using it as a damage weapon. Stun genuinely doesn't do enough in this game, but that's just my opinion. Ricochet, it's a 1. Ricochet isn't good, doesn't do enough. I guess it's the same thing as homebrew powder, it just doesn't really do much. Yeah, it's not great. Most of these clean overclocks are good, but the ricochet is just bad. It's a waste of an overclock. And homebrew is just random, so yeah. Oversized magazine. I will give this a 3, but my Master 3 friend gave it a 4. It's pretty decent, and you know what? I tend to agree with her. The reload time is nothing, and the extra 10 bullets makes a huge difference. I agree with that quite a bit. So we'll give this one a 4. It's just positive. Explosive reload, this is a 1. If I could give it a 0, I would, because it is bad. It is terrible. The massive damage that it says here is just a lie. Just shoot him. you don't want to wait, right? And let them attack you, and then you lose half your health, and then you wait for the things to blow up and deal half of whatever whatever you're aiming at's damage. It's not great. Plus you lose half of your ammo. That's terrible. This is bad. It's a 1. It's bad. So I would recommend automatic fire. Now EPC, I'm gonna be very straight up. Neither of us use this weapon very much against enemies, at least. This is a mining tool. In most cases, this is better as a mining tool, I think. I like it as a mining tool, but it's it's not really a weapon that you use against enemies. But if you do, you're the Overclocks. Magnetic cooling unit, I give it a 3 out of 5. It's decent, pretty boring though. So 3 doesn't do anything special. Heavy hitter is just a worse version of the Sabata. So just use the Sabata if you're gonna do that. It's a 2. Yeah, I'll give it a 2. I think. Yeah. Persistent Plasma is one that I've actually used quite a bit on my own. This is the one that I used for a while, mostly just seeing if it would ever do anything. And after trying it for a long while, I've come to the conclusion that it does absolutely nothing. The damage area is bad. It sucks. It's a 1. It's not good. Yeah. Not great. Heat Pipe. 3 out of 5. Good, but boring. If you use Charge Shot a lot, great. So if you are a fan of Charge Shot, it's probably a 4, maybe even a 5. It's pretty decent if you like Charge Shot a lot, but yeah, that's Charge Shot damage bonus. Again, this one, if you like Charge Shot, it's pretty good. This one helps the mining as well because of the AoE. So if you like mining, it's pretty good. 4 out of 5. It's pretty good. And for the final one for Driller, energy rerouting, faster charge rate, more ammo. Decent. Boring. 3 out of 5. These are ones that I'm not too familiar with, but I felt like I should get this video out. We'll do Scout next time around. I do know more Scout stuff. When you're using the EPC, I would go with Overcharger and just use it as a mining tool. It's not really a great weapon, I don't think. And every driller main that I speak to, in most cases, doesn't like it all too much. Sabata, this is up to you, really. Automatic fire is good. Oversized magazine's good. I would not bother with the others, though. Either one of these two. I'd recommend automatic fire because it's just good. Oversized magazine if the auto fire is not your thing. Flamethrower, sticky fuel, no matter what. This is the best one for Flamethrower, and it's not even close. Because sticky flames are very good. Cryo, I would go with Ice Spear any day. These are two, for Cryo and Flamethrower, these are two very standout overclocks, 100%. I would never use anything other than these two. And yeah, I hope this video was at least a little bit helpful. I would like some feedback on this one in the comments, because someone who doesn't play Driller all too often, I would really like some more knowledge on the topic. However, I am pretty confident in my ratings for this one. If I was completely wrong on anything, let me know, and then I will edit the description of anything that I've got completely wrong. So yeah, we will cut the video there. Appreciate you guys. I will be live streaming on YouTube whenever that lets me do that again. So